Good morning all. It is Monday, and what a Monday morning we've had. I'll fill you in after I show you what I'm having for my sandwich. A nice tiger bread with some ham, cheese, a bit of Boursin black pepper, and to top it off, a bit of saucy sauce, ketchup and mayo. So this is basically what's happened this morning. Got this morning, me and Amy were both up. Had a really tricky morning with the boys. Matthew was complaining about his game that he's playing that keeps lagging, that he plays on his phone. So we had a bit of problem with that this morning, getting him to understand that if it's going to make him upset, he's not going to play it, etc, etc. I'm not going to go any more than that. It'll bore you to tears. Then literally, just as we're about to go to the supermarket, Amy gets a call from George's school saying, could we bring him a spare pair of shoes? He's inconsolable because he's put a shoe down the toilet. It's not the first thing he's put down them toilets in there. He's put down a pair of swimming trunks once, which got flushed down. So God only knows where they ended up. Anyway, he put a shoe down the toilet apparently, which was soaking. Not that much of a big deal. We've got a spare pair of shoes for him and a pair of trainers. We were just about to go to the door anyway, so we took that with us. Dropped them off for Amy to be hijacked at the school entrance by the deputy head to say, come down to the classroom, etc., which isn't the norm. Normally they wouldn't get us to go down there because it sparks them off saying home time, time to go home and all that sort of thing. Anyway, Amy goes downstairs and George has smashed the classroom door window. And then Amy was concerned because she said it didn't look like safety glass. They said it was. Anyway, basically Amy's gone down there and there's a whole window that's smashed. George is up on the windowsill, running around, running amok, basically. So yeah, that was our morning. This isn't every day occurrence, but they're battling this boy a lot with stuff at school. They've only got him for 6 hours, mind, and that is not criticism of them. I'm just saying they've got him for 6 hours. We have him here for 18 hours of the day. Obviously he's asleep or something like that, but you get my picture. They've also got 2-to-1 people on him, so then Amy felt really bad. She felt really awkward and stuff, which I can understand, but I don't feel awkward like that because he's there to get some form of education and he needs it, and he needs that routine. I think she was worried they were going to say he's got to go home or he can't stay at this school anymore and that sort of thing, which isn't going to happen, but I think she just gets a bit paranoid and upset about it. She was upset, actually. I'll let her fill you in when she gets back, but I've literally just come back with shopping with Amy. I'm editing up a little walk video that we did, so hopefully by the time you see this, you would have watched that little walk video, which was solely filmed, not so much for the walk, but to just show some confidence that George is gaining in me and I'm gaining in him, showing how much I can let him go to some degree. It's really got to be a controlled place for me to do that, to safely do that. This was a little bit tricky because of various things. If you haven't watched that video, have a look in the link in the top right corner. I'll put a little link up. Go back and watch that video and give us some comments on what you thought of that one. But we'll catch up when Amy gets back in. Amy's just went for lunch with a friend. I'm editing this video, not this one, the previous one. So at the minute you're in future Adam mode. Or is it past Adam mode? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy my lunch, eat my baguette, and I'll try to let Amy fill you in exactly what happened when she went to the school, because I was in the car waiting for her. And I was thinking, why is she taking so long? She's literally just handing shoes to reception, but obviously there was a bit more to it than that. But we'll hear it from the horse's mouth when she gets back.
Hello. Apparently I'm the horse's mouth. Is that what you said on the video? You can hear it from the horse's mouth?
Yeah.
I am the horse.
You know what I mean, it's a figure of speech.
So what have you said then?
Well, I said I didn't go in. So I said, you went in and George broke a window, but I don't really know more, and obviously what we went up for, to hand shoes in.
So, when the teacher rang me, she said, George has put his shoe down the toilet, and he won't put it back on because obviously it's really wet. Can you bring him up some spare shoes? So I said, yeah, no problem. And I thought that was it. So I go into reception, say, George put his shoe down the toilet, I brought in some spare shoes. Next thing you know, the deputy head has come up and she takes me down to the classroom And on the way down to the classroom, explained that he's broken a glass panel by kicking it. And obviously I apologised. And then I went in. George was like, time to go home, time to go home. And I said, no, spare shoes, spare shoes. So he put his shoes on. When I walked in, he was on the windowsill. So I put his shoes on, but they'd have to clear the classroom because of the damage that he'd caused. And there was like tables upside down. You could tell that he'd been on a rampage. So when I was there, the woman was coming in to fix the glass, and they said it's safety glass, but I don't think that is safety glass.
I did say that you mentioned you were worried about
no,
glass.
because when I've seen safety glass before, it's like if it has an impact point, then it sort of shatters in between like the netting as it is. But this was a clear panel, and where he bullseyed it, there was just big shards of glass. So obviously for the children's safety, they had to take them out. And then there was the deputy head and I think 3 teachers in there probably keeping an eye on him. So once I gave him a choice of shoes, because I took him 3 different pairs so that he could choose for himself, he changed twice, and then he was like, bye-bye mummy, bye-bye. And then obviously the deputy head walked me back up, and I said, you know, I'm really sorry. She said, that's right, we've got insurance for these things, but we weren't fulfilling his needs fast enough. So I said, I know how you feel.
So yeah, that was from the horse's mouth.
I look really windswept, by the way, sorry. Yeah. So who knows how the rest of his day's been.
I said to Amy, it was a really hectic morning. They didn't, the boys didn't behave very well, did they? So
No.
They were
Matthew
gits
called
this
Adam a
morning.
Karen.
Yeah, I'm a Karen apparently, as in.
No offence to any people actually called
No,
Karen.
but as in like this stereotypical thing that they say Karen if you're like a moaner about. But he was literally crying over the game, was he or was he not? Did I have a point?
I mean, I think you both had points. You are a bit of a Karen, but he shouldn't have been moaning about a game. So yeah, let's hope that George's afternoon went much better than his morning.
I can't get any worse.
I've got my phone on loud for once because I've been used to getting a phone call like every day at the moment.
They'll probably ring you and say he's had a great afternoon. Hopefully they don't. They can let you have a nap.
I need to dry his shoes.
I've put them in the porch to dry. Maybe fine. Give them a couple of days.
Okay. So yeah. Drama!
Jamie's going to go walk the dog while I can complete editing.
You know, I've seen these apps for these face exercises where it helps tighten your face. Gets really triple chin.
Shut up. Right. We'll catch up when George gets home.
Oh, wish I slept.
So they did call you, as I suspected, and just quickly add what they've said before I go and get George in a minute from the bus.
They said that he settled down quickly after I left, and in the space between them calling me to say that he'd dropped his shoe down the toilet and us getting up there, which is probably about 5 minutes, that's when he made the damage to the door.
So they didn't know when they rung you then, basically. That's why it was a bit...
Yeah.
Okay.
So he settled down and, yeah. He's had a few moments, but...
So hopefully when I pick him up off the bus in about half an hour's time after I've got Matthew from school, he'll be back to his normal self.
We'll see though, won't we?
Okay. So I told Matthew that George did something naughty at school. Can you guess what it was?
I think that he broke something.
Have a guess what you might have broke.
A table?
Worse than that.
A toy?
First of all, he put his school shoe in the toilet.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. What was the second thing he did, Mummy?
Well, George broke a door.
Class window door.
What? Really?
Smashed the glass.
Why can't we ground him for that?
He's already grounded all the time anyway.
What's actually grounded?
No, he doesn't go anywhere without us anyway.
Well, why can't he be grounded when he gets home?
Well, he will be. He's not going to be going anywhere.
He won't be having any sandwiches then.
Well, we can't starve him. It was an accident. I don't think he meant it.
He didn't have to put
George was just he was having an emotional morning and decided that he was going to smash stuff.
Why would he put his shoe in the toilet?
No, probably silly videos he's been watching.
Oh, it's that tablet thing.
Probably.
When they smashed the tablets, and that's what he did with the door.
What happened to school? To the door?
Did George break a door?
Break a door.
You broke it?
I broke.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. What happened?
Say good thing they've got insurance.
What happened at school? No. Just in one ear and out the other.
Good man.
If you don't press the horn,
Is that true, George?
taxi can be
Absolutely.
He's been moaning about his lip apparently being sore, which Amy has been putting on lip balm, but he wipes it off on the
Yeah,
sofa
straight
and
away. There's only so many times you can put it on before.
you just have to let nature take its course on it.
Yeah, well, he's been getting himself into a tiz and he's been picking his lips and everything, hasn't he?
He made it bleed the other day and then he was all day wiping it with a tea towel
Yeah.
because he wouldn't let us put any pressure on it. Anyway, happy now?
Oh dear. Well,
Happy,
what's
George?
nurse being a nurse?
Picnic. Right, we'll leave him alone. He's come in a bit heightened already, so we'll see how he gets on the rest of the evening. George? George,
What did he just say?
what'd you say, George? I just said to Matthew to stop teasing the dog because we've had a stressful morning. And Matthew said he's had a stressful morning, and then me and Amy started laughing, and then George laughed. George!
Is that funny, George?
George said,
George, show me you were laughing.
I'm laughing.
Show me.
Yes, you will. He said stop and then Matthew. It's stop and Matthew.
Stop teasing the dog, Matthew. I'm beat today.
Are you? Are you?
They've been hard work, haven't they, today?
Yeah.
Not just for us, for school as well. Anyway, there wasn't much more to report from the day, apart from getting George's tablet off him at bedtime, which is becoming an issue every day, which you have to deal with when I'm at work most days. But yeah, that's kind of it for today. So hopefully when he goes to school tomorrow, there'll be no more broken doors or glass windows. Hopefully they'll rethink the door situation and maybe get a door that isn't got a big glass window in it. I don't know. Maybe that's what they'll have to do, and when he moves class, take that door off the hinge and move it to the new classroom every time. But yeah, you enjoyed today, didn't you?
Which bit?
Probably the hour of peace and quiet we had this afternoon. And that's about it. But yeah.
New day tomorrow, though. We get to do it all over again.
The good thing is about tomorrow, it's supposed to be nice weather. So maybe we'll make a little sandwich and go and sit down somewhere quiet with the dog.
That sounds nice.
And hopefully the school won't ring us. That's the oven beeping for my dinner. So I'm gonna love you and leave you.
Bye. See you on the next one.